mockups, tier-ups, a new old category that is coming back, and of course our Amazon merch earnings now. Congratulations to everybody who got tiered up in May. I think it was probably the biggest tier up wave since a year or even longer. Really, everyone who fulfilled the conditions from tier 10 till tier 100,000 and above got a tier up. I think for sure you can now say that the gross sales count for the tier up and not the net sales anymore. I also think, or we also think, that the return rate does not really count anymore. It does not matter if you're above the magical 8% that is always discussed in communities or below. I think when you are ready from the gross sales perspective, you also get a tier up, and also a condition that should be met is probably filling at least 80% of your design slots in your current tier. I heard an example where even less were enough also for a tier up, but you should be here on the safe side. It's probably also better because you use more of your potential to fill at least 80% of your slots. At the second part of the news, I wanted to talk about the changes that Amazon merch made in the last couple of weeks. But when I record this video today, I think one change they made already is turned back again, and this is the never-ending mockup story we talk now since month about. There were mockups for youth, women and also men. Then they were gone for a while, then man mockups got back on Amazon merch, then they were rejected again, came back, and now they are gone again. I usually wanted to make a video now where I show you that, for example, this seller here has now the man mockups again, or we could also here take this example where usually also the man mockup should be here again, but when I record this video they are gone. They were here yesterday, I know that because I checked it, but today they are gone again. It's like running in a circle. I'm not sure what Amazon does here, to be honest. Probably some A/B tests they are running here, and I think we have to wait the next couple of weeks and see if it is still the same, if more mockups coming back, if maybe other mockups are coming in again. I don't know. All I can say now is mockups are gone again. Maybe tomorrow everything is different, but there is a second change that Amazon merch made, and this is quite a significant one. First here on the .com marketplace, I'm also pretty sure it is coming to the European marketplace. Climate pledge friendly category was very controversial when it first came up. New category for climate friendly clothing that Amazon introduced, and where also all merch designs were put in over a couple of weeks. It seems now that they just took a day or maybe 2 or maybe 3 to change it completely back, because you see here all Amazon merch shirts are now back in the clothing category like there were before the climate pledge friendly category. So this means probably that Amazon threw this category, at least for merch products, into the bin and goes now back to clothing. This of course changes here also the bestsellers a little bit, because the clothing category is so much bigger. On the climate pledge friendly category, when you didn't sold, you maybe moved your bestseller rank from 100,000 to 120 or 30,000. Here in the clothing category, when you don't sell and your bestseller rank 100,000, you would be on the next day like 250,000. So quite a drastic change again, back to the roots. I think most people like that because as I mentioned, the climate pledge friendly category was never one that people and users really liked. And also, as I said, this is now for the .com marketplace. It was introduced I think end of May, so it's not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure this change will also come to the European marketplace. And we have now a look at the flying Amazon merch earnings for May 2024. And because it is always coming up, here again we are tier 50k. We got tiered up late April, and in I think around 2 months we should be ready for the next tier up. We have 43,000 designs online and 1.4 million products. And now we jump to our Instagram channel on instagram.com/flyingresearch. You can always follow us for daily and also monthly sales. And we have here a look at May of last year, where we had 1,338 net sales, 4,200 in income, and an ad spend of nearly 2,000 euro. And when we look at the marketplaces, you see that the German marketplace was pretty strong this turn this year. I show you this in a moment. I think all the other marketplaces are solid, and the US marketplace at this time was also solid. Ad spend maybe a little bit high, but you have to say that the ACOS was still pretty good when it comes to advertising. And now we jump to this year, May. Here you can see it in the previous month sales. So you see here in the net sales, we got a little bit better to 1,511. Much more income with 5,263 euros, and the ad spend is a lot less. You can also see this in a moment in the monthly comparison. And when we check out the marketplaces, you can see it here that the .com marketplace gets stronger and stronger. Till this year, or from this year onwards, we focus more on the US marketplace, because last December there was this price cap where you can max price, for example, t-shirts on the German marketplace with $19.99, and this is why we simply switched our focus to the US one. I think it turns out pretty good when you compare it to last year. So it has more than doubled, and the ad spend is also okay for that. And when it comes to the sellers, we have our Japanese seller back like last year. It is usually an evergreen design, so not really event related, but when summertime comes, this design is selling. Probably the algorithm does know it from last year and now pushing it again. This year we have no advertising there, so it just sells, let's say it like that. But our main sellers, you see it here clearly. Here's a German one, but usually it is always the US marketplace that is here the strongest, and that is pushing our numbers here. And I think you can see it already that it is much stronger, at least the profit compared to last year. And this is also what we have a closer look now. You see behind me the comparison of May 23 to May 24. We talked about the royalties, we talked about the ads. This leaves a net profit this year from 3,700 euro, what is quite a jump compared to last year. Also, the organic sales are stronger. We had less ad spend, so less ad sales. And you see last year nearly 50% were coming through ads, and this year only 30%. I think this is a wealthy mark when it comes to maximizing your profit. Of course, also the net margin per sale got stronger this year with 3.49 euro per sale. And what also surprised me a little bit is here the costs per ad sale. We are here in the plus, so every sale we made through ads even got us 10 cents extra. So this is quite strong, I have to say. But of course also last year with nearly zero is okay, because with ads of course you work for the organic ranking too, and not just make profit through ads. And the return rate last year was 9.41%, this year it is 7.98%. And I think this is also something you recognize, maybe not for a week, maybe also not for a month, but over the year, when you can drop your return rate like 1% or 1.5%, I think this is quite significant in the end, how much more profit you have. You can see it also here. We jump now to the yearly comparison. You can see here 2022. So yeah, you have something to compare to the last 2 years to see where we are coming from. Here now for the year 2024 to 2023, you see the royalties are not that much higher, 22%, but this is of course influenced a lot because the ad costs also dropped significantly by 17%, and you can see it here. This leaves a net plus profit from nearly 68% after 5 months compared to the last year. Amount of designs grew by 72%, so also quite significant, and also the amount of products grew by 111%. This is of course also fueled because we often just expanded products end of last year when we waited for the next tier up. The total net sales are 20% higher compared to last year. The organic sales still grow very strong with 66% plus, ad sales minus 20%. This is of course also influencing the percentage of advertising sales from the total sales. These drop by nearly 18%, and you can see it here. We are now finally in the plus area, so we earn now 5 cents more per sale. I know it sounds like a very small amount, but when you make 1,000 of sales every year, then even 5 cents can be quite dramatic, let's say like that. And I also think that we can turn this rate even higher this year. The costs per sale are a little bit higher, 3%, but something you probably can really ignore at that moment. And I scroll down a little bit here, the last point, the return rate, it is now nearly 1% lower than last year. And as I mentioned, when we hold this over the year, even 1% less return rate can be quite significant, because this gives you a lot more of net sales in the end. So this is here the flying account after May. Still a very good development, and of course we try to keep it up for the rest of the year. Thank you for checking out today's video. No matter if news or information how profitable Amazon merch can be, you find everything on this channel, and of course everything that is related to flying upload and flying research. If you have now any questions, then simply write it down in the comments. It would also be great when you can leave a like and also subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any videos in the future. This is it for today. I wish you a wonderful time, and I see you the next time. Bye.